If you're like many people all over the world, you've probably either carried your backpack to one side of your body or even a purse, and then as we get older and we have kids, a lot of times we'll carry our child to one side of our body as we're cooking, as we're shopping, or just multitasking through the many different things that we have to get done in life, and we do a lot of these things without even thinking. In our office, we oftentimes talk about the macro traumas and the micro traumas. Now, the macro traumas are oftentimes like the car accidents, the trips, the falls, but then when we carry something or an object to one side of our body continuously, we call those micro traumas. It's the repetitive types of traumas that we oftentimes do, like when you're sleeping and the pillow's kinking your neck for long periods of time, or if you're turning and twisting and lifting things on a regular basis, or even if you're on your cell phone and your neck is going down and your face is looking down at your cell phone and you're kinking your neck over long periods of time. It's the repetitive types of traumas, and this is what happens when we carry something to our side or one side of our body for long periods of time, and we do it on a regular basis. When we carry objects to only one side of our body begins to compensate and develop imbalances. If you think about it, if you were to go to the gym and you lift a dumbbell with only your right arm and you do that on a regular basis every single day, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to start to develop bigger biceps on one side, but then on the other side it's going to be very weak and very skinny. But not only is it your arms that you're working out as you're trying to lift the bicep or the dumbbell, you're actually going to be developing asymmetries within your back muscles, even within your core, because you're tending to lift just with one side and then your body's trying to pull you up to try to keep you upright as well. And so it's not just affecting one side or your arms, it's actually affecting your entire body. Same thing what happens is when you carry a child to one side of your body, you're going to shift to one side, your body's going to develop asymmetries, or even if you're like a waiter or a waitress or different types of professions, if you're carrying something to one side of your body begins to adapt to the stress and it'll begin to compensate, and those joints will start to wear out abnormally. Think about it as your car has an uneven wheel alignment. Now, it may not cause issues right then and there, but over the years and the miles that you're driving on it, your tires are going to go bad much sooner than it was designed to be. So in your car, the tread of your tires might go bald, but in your spine, you might develop things like arthritis or degeneration, or even within the disc, you might develop disc bulges or disc herniations. But that's not the only thing that's affected. Sometimes you might start to develop really tense muscles like trigger points and get some knots, or on the other side, you might get some more weakness or some fatigue on the other muscles as well. So what I want to go ahead and do today is give you 3 things that you can do to help to reduce this type of stress on your body. The first thing that you can do is to find a bag that has 2 straps on it. Now, I know that sounds simple, but it really is that easy. Instead of carrying a purse or a side bag, really just go and find a bag or backpack that suits your needs. Now, there's different shapes and sizes and designs, but if you can find a backpack that has 2 straps on it, you're going to save your neck, you're going to save your shoulders and your spine, because you're not going to carry it onto one side. The second thing that you can do is to switch sides as often as you can. Now, if we have to carry things onto one side of our body, I encourage you to get in the habit of rotating sides. So if you're a waiter carrying some food, instead of carrying it on your dominant side, carry it on your non-dominant side. Just go ahead and get into the practice of just trying to put the load on both sides of your body. Now, if you're carrying a child or carrying some objects pretty consistently, I want to encourage you to switch sides every 5 to 10 minutes. Instead of just carrying it on one side for prolonged periods of time, go ahead and just try to switch sides, so then that way you're at least training both sides of your body. Now, it's not the best because you are still putting an abnormal amount of stress on one side of your spine or your back, but if you have to, just switch sides as often as you can, and I recommend at least 5 to 10 minutes. And the last thing that I can recommend is to lighten the load. Now, whether you're carrying a suitcase or a purse or some groceries, the heavier the object is, the more stress it's going to put onto your body. Now, I encourage you to only carry the essentials. So if, again, you are carrying a purse or a briefcase, I really encourage you, even if you're carrying a backpack with 2 straps on it, just carry the essentials. So go through that thing, take out whatever it is that you don't need, because oftentimes over the days and the months and the weeks, things just start to accumulate in there. So take out whatever it is that you don't need. Even if you need to, go through some of the stuff, and if you have something that's really heavy, take that thing out and replace it with something that's lighter. So if you have a pen that's metal and it actually weighs a lot more, take it and just replace it with a plastic one, because it's going to be lighter and it's going to take off a lot of the stress off of your body. And it doesn't sound like much, but over the days and the years, it will really make a huge difference. And in those circumstances where you have to take things back and forth repeatedly at a time, and you have to carry things on one side of your body, what I really encourage you to do is take less at a time to really lighten that load. Now, I know it's going to take a little bit longer, and I know it's something that's more efficient if you just stack on a bunch of stuff and then you carry it on one side of your body. But the reality is, it may save you time in the short term, but in the long run, it's going to put so much more wear and tear on your body and on your health, and you're going to really have to pay for it in the future. So if you can just really take a little bit more time to really take less at a time, it really will save your back, and it's going to save your body in the long run. And those are my top 3 suggestions for people that oftentimes find themselves carrying objects on one side of their body. Now, I know there's different types of circumstances, or maybe even jobs that require you to carry objects on one side of your body, or just different situations that we find ourselves. And I just encourage you to do your best. But I encourage you, if you can find a way to alleviate or to eliminate the carrying objects on one side of your body, or just follow those 3 types of steps or suggestions that I have given you, it really is going to save your body in the long run. And again, I always talk about the macro and the micro traumas, and we're trying to eliminate as much traumas within our body as possible. And if you can do that, your body's going to thank you, your spine's going to thank you, and your health is going to thank you as well. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click that like button, subscribe to our channel to follow us and watch videos just like this in the future. But thank you so much for watching. Comment below if you have any questions, and we'll see you on the next video. God bless. Peace.